Okay, all right. Thank you very much, guys. Welcome back once again in our session. Just a refresher. We are dealing with market maker method. So we know that we have what we call a peak formation high. We have a peak formation low. We have level 1, level 2, we have level 3 there and level 3 there. All right. So one thing that I can assure you is that this is what we are trading and this is what we want to see from the chart. But as I have said earlier on, you can actually have 5 pairs, all of them XXX USD, moving in the same direction, but you will realize that even if they are all moving in the same direction, some of them, this might not be clear, but for some, it will be very clear for you to see that, okay, this is the direction that it's supposed to move. So sometimes or all the time, it is very good for you to treat pairs individually, and also if you're unclear, you'd rather go to the next pair that moves the same direction as the one you are attending to. If you do it that way, at least you are able to tell what exactly is happening from the market. So we are going to check what we think will happen this week so that when people look for setups, they look for them in that same direction. Okay, so this was just a refresher to say these are the things that we look out for in the market. When I checked the market, I realized there were some very good moves that took place this week, some very good moves that took place this week, which was very, very good. Okay, so all right, without wasting much time, I would like to ask one person to maybe look at the charts and advise us where they think the market is going or where they think the market is gonna go. So, you know, I would let people talk first so that at least we see how people think or what they see. If there is anyone, please let me know as soon as possible. We don't want to waste much time today because it's a little bit late. Some people would want to sleep, some would want to prepare for work. So if there is anyone who would want to tell us what's happening, any pair, not necessarily this one that I've opened, any pair, you can take any pair and analyze it. Then we are going to build from that. So I don't know if there is anyone who would want to give it a try. People are afraid. All right. Okay, Zilo, you can go ahead.
Okay, good evening, coach.
Evening.
Okay, I am going to do Euro USD. Seems like they were clearest of them all.
All right.
Okay, so Euro USD with the peak formation high coupled with the mid-week reversal last week.
Okay. So the peak is this one.
Yes.
All right.
So we dropped to level 1 on that was Friday, and today we dropped into level 2. I think that's level 2. We dropped in today. So I'm still expecting a drop, but we might get a correction to one of the EMAs between the 200 and the 50. I think they might give us a correction there and then drop for level 3.
Something like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, so I'm still bearish on this pair.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Is there anyone with a different opinion on this one? Or we are all agreeing? Okay, so I'm assuming people are agreeing. So you know what? This was the easiest. Like I was saying last week I told you that the market is just consolidating, and what we are waiting for is a breakout. And I mean, from basic price action, you know that, I don't know, for those who know price action, you'd correct me if I'm wrong. If the market consolidates in the same area, there is a tendency whereby it breaks out in the wrong direction and then go in the correct direction. I don't know if this is correct or wrong, but that's as far as I know in terms of price action. And this is exactly what happened. If you check from this moment here. Okay, sorry, let me use rather a cleaner line. If you check from this, that's exactly what was happening from there. So you had a breakout, and then the market started to give you what we are looking for. So this is exactly the market maker cycle that we are looking for, not what the market was giving us. So that's exactly the market maker we are looking for. Now let's check the conditions of our peak formation. Okay, from this, you can check, this is our first leg, and we come to our second leg, right? So how many days did this peak form? The peak formed in day 1 here and day 2 there. So it means this is a multi-days peak formation. It's a multi-day peak formation. All right. So we only trade multi-day peak formations. If you can remember from your notes, we only trade multi-day peak formations. Oh, this is a multi-day peak formation. And okay, so where were we supposed to enter from that peak formation? So from this move that took place last week, this one right here, which was accelerated by news. Okay, news events, this one. Okay, let me just change the color of my pen. This one right here. You could tell that the market is rushing to that point in order for it to create a what? A peak formation. Now, if we wanted to get a reversal on this particular day, this is the first leg of an M. This red candle here is the neck, including this green one, and this is a second leg from the 15-minute time frame. If we check the 15 minutes time frame, you'll find it's exactly okay. It's exactly what we're seeing. There we go. You see, so that is an M formation there, and you get your reversal from the pin bar there, and get your about 61 pips. That's a lot of pips. I know maybe you could have missed about this 100 pips, but 61 pips is a lot of pips as well to trade. All right. And on the following day, let me just show you one first. You can see we have this first leg with the red candle going down, then the green candle going up, showing us the second of an M. You can see I'm actually trying to draw the M's exactly the way the candles moved. If you try and 15 minutes time frame, you will realize that where was I? you realize that there is your information there. Your information there. You could have taken your trade probably somewhere there. This is where you had your railroad track, maybe at the close around somewhere there. That's where you're going to take your trade. And if you were going to close the same day, you're going to close 37 pips. If you're going to close on the following day, because it was a second leg, you were going to close at 103 pips. If you were going to continue holding like what you were saying that is holding, then it means we're going to be having 188 pips or 200 pips by now. All right, so that's exactly what we mean. Now, some will also ask, how do I enter? That's just exactly how I've shown you. And I also taught you the line method to say, this is my first leg, this is where my candles end. For those who didn't watch the video, you can go watch it, the role of the candle. So this is my candle where my candle ends, either of these two, where it ends. Look at where you were supposed to enter on the next day, even just to place a sell limit there. Go and sleep, do whatever you want to do. You know the market is going to trigger that sell limit and go in your direction. How easy it is. That's how easy it is. You know the market was going to definitely do that. All right. I don't know. Is there anything that is that you need to ask concerning this that I have spoken about here? Because I've already covered how you were supposed to enter and also how you were supposed to treat your peak formation. If we check from level 1, did we have anywhere to enter at level 1? Right, level 1 was right here. From this, okay, try and zoom a bit. They actually had an M formation exactly inside the Asian session, so it was not easy to enter this one. But because you know that it is a sell, one, you would have entered the previous day. Number two, if you didn't enter the previous day, probably the best place for you to enter was to wait for maybe somewhere at close of London session day, where you know the market is interacting with EMAs somewhere there. Was the closest. If you couldn't, then you're going to take it here, though it'd be a little bit late, but that was one of the best shots you would have taken. By now, you were going to be about 66 pips. All right. So there was no clear entry on this. So sometimes if you don't see a clear entry like on this day like this, it's easier for you to just leave it, let the market go, because you're not moves candles. Okay. So for example, after having said that we expect the market to pull back, so we also expect the moving averages to push down a little for the day. All right, so that we have the market going down. So in this instance, we're going to get an M formation here. All right. Okay, so that is it, gents. So that is what we expect from the. I don't know if there's anyone, if anyone has a question concerning Euro USD. If you don't have a question, I'll then ask someone to analyze next pair. So you see how easy it is. Already you've analyzed Euro USD, so you know what to expect on other pairs. So it should be easy. People should fighting to to actually analyze this. Oh, Sasha, please try.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Any pair?
You want to try which one?
No, I'm asking for this pair or any pair.
Any pair, any pair.
How about USA 100?
USA. Oh, you love that one. Right. Remember when I told you that it was gonna sell and reset and go up. Oh, that's nice. That is exactly what it did. This is one of the cleanest pairs, if I'm to imagine, because I remember it was here on this day when we said it was going to reset. And that's exactly what it did, reset and went up. Yeah, this is nice.